Gotta show him I can still rap though. Now I'm in the game, I was on the bench. First I was renting, now I'm collecting rent. Run it up. First it with the Beamer, now I want the Benz. Spending all the back like here I go again. Outside says the chirp, now the camera phone. Told you I'ma make, keep the channels on. Why you acting different when the camera's on? Why you acting different like your paper long? 8 day wake up and I thank God. Bad decision got you wishing you could say nah. My city gritty, you could get hit any day now. On my mama, I'ma move my family way out. With some 20s, 50s, hundreds, thousands, millions, billions, trillions, zillions. I'm talking Amazon money, talking so much money I could mess around and buy Amazon. I been winning, I'm like, why me? I heard these labels wanna buy me. I don't need you, boo, I style me. I roll G's and they grind me. Now I'm on my game, nothing is the same. Who am I to blame? Money made me change. Cardi in my ring when I'm switching lanes. Money in the carry on them Boeing planes. Money in the carry on them Boeing planes. Now I got a buck for all those rainy days. Ain't have a day off in like 80 days. I got hustles in like 80 ways. Kids if he won't take a lazy day. Wifey on me told me take a break. I keep going to the paper street. Then it's trips out to Montego Bay. If I take the job, bet I get it done. I said it before, I'm a one-on-one. I just caught some ones, only wearing ones. Fornicate the funds, money made me calm. Diamonds on your neck, bet they on your neck. You want that watch, you better rock a tech. You want that chain, you better cop a vest. You want the check, but can you make it stretch? Took so many years, I'm just waiting for the wins. I'm in debt to no one but the one who took my sins. I do it for real, there's no reason to pretend. If I do it once, I do it again. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Told her if it's all me, everything is on me, gon' back it up. Matter what? Told you I'ma do me, why you hating on me? It's not adding up. I do roll like I'm in the air, pure gasoline. I see the news, see what you read. Change gotta come, put that on me and watch me educate. Yeah, we been, could've started, but it's never late. Do it for my kids, yeah, let's set it straight. Do it for your kids, gotta set it straight. It's time to regulate. We need change now. We need solo, we need Evie in the game now. Make it change so the earth we know can stay around. Make it change cause we had no time for playing around. Let's quit the playing around. First rule to me, let's keep it clean. Watch how we build, clean air we need. Start from the flow, sweep up the scene. We going green, work as a team. First rule to me, let's keep it clean. Watch how we build, clean air we need. Start from the flow, sweep up the scene. We going green, we going green.
Like eggs.
Oh my goodness, guys, yo, what is going on, chat?
Man.
As you can hear how he came in, you can hear that there is a blast from the past here tonight, and I swear he just picked up right where he left off the last time he was on the show. In terms of behind the scenes, these guys are absolutely insane. What is going on, people? We are live. It is the next podcast, and man, what a week it has been. And we are going to go in and give you our thoughts and our opinions on what we like to call the showcase season. You know, now since for some rhyme or reason E3 just kind of flew away, this is what we get. And we got a lot. We got a lot this year. And I can't wait to hear opinions and stuff like that. Guys, before we get started, you know what to do. Hit that thumbs up button. If you're not subscribed yet, definitely subscribe and share the show out. You know, we are going to have a wide range of opinions. And of course, ever since the Xbox showcase, man, Twitter has been absolutely on fire. Like, somebody lit a match right near a box of TNT that was near a whole bunch of other flammable shit, and it's been going absolutely insane. But let's get into these intros, and let me start. Let me start with the man that I think I'm gonna have to be going to a lot going into next week with the whole, Activision Blizzard thing going on. Yeah, he is into the business side, and he is also a gamer, and I think he's got some new hardware for his wrist, maybe a new controller or something like that. Of course, it's Predator. What is up, bro?
What's going on? Yeah, I got my new controller. My Starfield controller. I haven't even actually used it yet, but it is amazing looking. I love it. Got my watch coming in, so I'm happy about that. Whenever all that shit, the game drops, I guess, But yeah, I mean, I jumped online and got that shit. You guys run the show Sunday. I was just focused on that the whole day, trying to get
I gotta get this.
The start. What's it called? The Constellation Edition. So I got that shit. I'm sure a lot of other people did too. I saw everybody posting on it. So I'm just upset they didn't do a custom console. I'm actually pretty pissed off about that. But I called it. I said that was going to be that shit.
You did
back in 2020.
I was to say, how long ago, bro? Because you
2020. I said, yep, that's our custom console. We're getting a fucking watch and everything, and they sure as shit did it. So pray again, Prestradamus.
Yo, for real,
strikes again.
For real,
so,
man.
Happy to be here, man. Got our special guest on here today, and I'm happy to see two of them. The other motherfucker that's actually a regular on the show, fuck him.
Yeah,
we're still waiting on K Mega to hop in,
we got to send out an APB for K Mega. Like I don't know what's going on here, but
let me get in the chat too, so I can start banning motherfuckers from the start.
Oh no! Oh, here we go. Here we go.
I already know what's gonna happen.
No shenanigans today.
You are Christopher's kryptonite, man. That's what it is. Like he hasn't come back. He hasn't come back. He has not come back. He's like,
oh, you popped in once or twice, but I don't. He comes like the very end.
You immediately muted him, and he's like, nah.
Yeah,
all right,
that was funny.
But all right, brother. Let's see. Next on the list, we are going to the West Coast. This man is fed up with a certain number. I will give you a hint. If you take 10 and times it by 3, he doesn't want to hear it. It is Dark Optimus. What is going on, bro?
What's up, man? It was a fun day on Twitter. I swear.
Hold on. Was it today or yesterday?
Oh, it was yesterday.
The day before.
And partially today too.
Fucking week.
All week. Yeah, man. It's always fun to mess with those people because they just get all upset and everything. It's funny.
Well,
man, I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, we're gonna get into some of that because some of the shit's been going on has been absolutely.
It's been wild, bro.
It's been insane. Wild. It's been insane. People are trying to tell developers that are working on a game that it's not gameplay. It's not gameplay.
Not real.
They're telling the developers this, and check this out, guys. We got him in here because we're going to be talking about Forza tonight as well. But yes, he is a developer. And I can't wait to hear what he has to say about what we saw when it came to Fable. Of course, guys, it is time to stand up, show that respect, kiss that ring, the Don!
Hey, what's up, guys? It's been a long time since I've been with the Next Crew, so it feels normal. Feels like something like no time has gone by. But we got a treat for you guys. I'm not only here to hang out with some friends, but I'm also here to grift off a bottle a little bit. So every time someone subs to my channel during this live stream, so keep the live stream up, you'll hear Xbox intro, my name every time. Yes. Matter of fact, I'm going to put a link to my channel right now. And anyone that subs, you're gonna hear it during the podcast. You'll hear Xbot interrupt everyone with the Dawn. So
Don.
There you go.
The only thing about that though is I feel like this one that I did live tonight might even be better than the one that you got from me like that long ago. I don't know. I think
it's a classic. I've done some tweaking on it. It's clean. But that being said, I need a wrench permission to share a link.
Oh, really? No wrench?
No wrench.
You gotta say something in the chat so this way I could get to your name.
All right, I did. Yo.
All
right, I'll also put in the link. So if you guys want to mess with bot during the podcast, just sub to the channel, and you'll get a notification that someone has subbed.
Unsub and sub like 10 times. In the show.
You know what? Those buttons are there for you to have fun, so go for it.
Oh no.
Subbing up stuff.
Like sometimes you just want to say screw you, YouTube, and
Bro, why you gotta
it's
do
all
that,
good.
man? That's not fair, bro.
Did
That's
it
not
do it?
fair.
No, I gotta see if it did it.
Wait a second here. I'm putting the link right there. There you go. You just
I
click on that link.
got my own panel members trolling our show. Like I don't even know what the world has come to
It
anymore.
ain't your show no more, fool. It's our show.
Yo, real quick, I want to give a shout out to John TJ in the chat, hitting up that super chat. That is right, people. It does indeed work. Shout out to you, brother. Thank you for the support. He says, hey, sorry I couldn't come on. I am on vacation. Yeah, no doubt, bro. You said you wanted to come on, and I sent you a message. We'll see what happens, down the road or whatnot. Where are you on vacation? Is it somewhere good, though? I want somewhere good.
Prison, Alcatraz.
Why you gotta put him in prison, man? Why you gotta? Yeah. And guess what? I don't know if his mic's ready yet or not, but the final member of the squad is here. He is coming live from the 405. Man, it is time. The guy who's been here from the beginning, Mr. K Mega. What is up, bro?
I thought we had an agreement. If Don came back, I'd leave.
No, and we never said that.
Yeah, because
No,
Don
no.
got paid and left. I have never
Yeah.
got paid.
No,
I'm sure that I heard
Yeah.
K Mega.
Hey,
make that
listen
deal
here.
with you.
Fred,
K-Mega,
why
you're
are
eating-
you
you're eating
subscribing
well over
to
there,
my?
smacking on your
I'm
lips.
glad you're
Chewing on
subscribing
fire.
to my channel.
Bro,
Getting
I'm
chicken?
over here, and my wife gave me some Chinese
got a pork
food.
chop?
Boy, no, some Chinese food.
Damn,
boy.
man, can you
But
stop-
it's
yo,
good.
stop-
You're
got
so
pork chops
talking
lodged
with your
in
mouth
man.
between his
Sir,
sir.
Eating ass.
Yeah, I'm
Like you eating
saying,
ass over there.
It tastes that good.
You ever
boy.
toss
I'm
salad?
over, you know what I'm saying? I might be because it tastes good, boy. I'm going. If it tastes this good, I'm gonna be doing a lot of salad tossing. Anyway, but
Wow.
good to be
somebody grab that soundbite real quick, because
yeah.
please don't do that.
Was I smacking that
Like-
hard? Sorry, guys. I'm sorry. That
I'm
was
literally
weird.
throwing up in my
Well,
mouth a little bit right now because this
That
is
is
so
snoring.
nasty. It's so
hey,
nasty.
hey, this sesame seed chicken, boy, I'm telling you, it's fighting for his life because, boy, I'm shooting
So you are
it.
eating chicken? Of course you are.
Anyway, but yeah, no, good to be here. I almost forgot that there was a show today because I forgot today was Thursday, and I was in there with PTK Blam playing Diablo, and then the Blue said, "Hey, Mega, aren't you gonna be on next?" And I said, "Oh
He
shit,
said, "What's it
today's
next?"
Thursday."
He said, "What's
And
it
I was
next?"
Like, oh, yeah, I was like, oh, and so yeah. So apologies for being late, but yeah, that was my reasoning. But anyway, very good to be here. Let's get to it.
Nice, brother. And yo, shout out to John TJ hitting up the super chat one more time. He wanted to let everybody know that he is camping, and he said he'll be on the next show. Now, bro, I don't. I don't know. I
Just
might
so you
have
know, Fred,
I might have guests already lined
did
up,
work.
man. I don't know. We'll talk in the DM, brother. We definitely will.
Oh, did it? Okay.
Yeah, it was in the middle of K Mega talking, but it did work.
You said it didn't work?
Oh, it did.
No, don't. No, you're supposed to tell him it didn't work. Yeah, but guys, we got a lot to talk about, and we went through showcase season. Now, I got to be honest. Like when it came to Ubisoft, I really didn't watch it. Capcom? I watched like the big ones, the platform holders, and kind of caught trailers and stuff like that off the other ones. I think Pred might be similar in that. I'm not sure about that. I don't know. Yo, Pred, first off, no E3, right? So we get the showcase season. It started off with Sony. Everybody got to Xbox, did the whole Starfield thing. You got Capcom, Ubisoft. What are your thoughts on this kind of, I guess you could say this like format, this season, having these shows kind of spread out like this? Did you like how everything was presented? Realizing that there's no E3.
I think it kind of, from the fans' perspective, it spaces stuff out where, like, there's not one collective place everyone goes to now for these shows where there used to be. And like, I mean, I saw people out at fan fests and stuff like that. It seems like Xbox is still trying to do something, but like, no one's gonna go just like for like a Konami show, or like, like it's got to be one of the bigger ones. It just sucks that like Sony's not really, it's all online. But like, I miss the old days where, and I've never been to E3, so, but I miss seeing that everybody was there. Like I could see like everybody getting together, going out to eat and doing the whole thing, and it was all kind of centralized in one location. But for someone who's sitting at home watching it, that's not able to go to the show, I guess the good thing is like I don't have to sit here all day and watch fucking 10 shows, from like 8 o'clock. I don't, because back in the day, like
It was draining, man. It was draining, dude. Like
yeah, because I would miss things because it's during the week, like during a work week or something like that. So like I gotta go to this meeting, I gotta come back and just check Twitter and see what happened or something like that. And some of the smaller shows, like I think the biggest thing of it is like some of the smaller developers don't get that stage now. Like they would get before. They don't get like that. The ability to have people come up to their booth and play their game like we did back then. So some of these smaller indie titles or these smaller developers that are working on something like like I can't get that feedback from like someone like K Mega who was there playing this game that no one's really heard of and saying, yeah, y'all gotta watch out for that game. It's gonna be fucking fire. We don't get that now. We have to wait until it comes out or wait till there's a demo or something like that. We don't get those one-on-one conversations from our people. When I say our people, I mean like our podcasters and our regular Joes that are out there at the show talking to the developers one-on-one like we used to. So I think that's one of the things that's missed. But with them spacing it out the way they have, I guess the positive is I don't have to sit here all day watching 5 shows, from like, because I mean, they would space out like over 2 days sometimes, I think maybe 3. But like, it's like it's different now. Like, it's like the format is different because it feels like it's just 2 hours here, 2 hours there. This company's there, this company's there, and so now it seems like some people aren't even showing up anymore. So it's like I felt like this one was spaced out over 3 days, but I didn't feel like I was wasting 6 hours a day trying to watch something. You know what I'm saying? So I guess that's the positive. I get to see. I know what's coming. I know what time slots are going to be there. And I think in the past I would miss some stuff because I just didn't want to watch it. I actually watched the Ubisoft show this time too. And I didn't see. I think I missed the. EA didn't do a show, did they?
No, I didn't see one. Yo, K
remember
Mega,
seeing EA do one.
usually.
No, they didn't do it.
Yo, K Mega would have told everybody in the DM EA show is about to go live. Be like, yo, check out that Madden.
Yeah, like I mean, yeah,
you know,
get mad
you know how I enjoy EA.
Yeah, no, I know. You would tell everybody.
Yeah,
bro.
so like I typically look for EA, obviously Microsoft, Sony if they're there, and I mean Nintendo hasn't been there in a while either, but like the bigger companies. But it's like we talked about this before. It's like Microsoft owns everything, so they're gonna do a show that's gonna pretty much everything that you saw like 4 years ago from all these different developers. Microsoft kind of owns them now, so they're just gonna do one big giant show. With Bethesda, with their own shit, and from just Xbox, I mean they're all the same now. And then whenever they get, this other company, Activision, like, all those shows are going to be under Xbox now. And so what else is there to show?
Oh,
Who else is going to be there now?
Dude,
Like,
don't say that, man.
now.
People will start screaming Monopoly again. Dude, don't say it like that.
But that's how it is, though. Like, they have Activision. At some point, they're going to get Activision. They got their own shit. They got Bethesda, or what the fuck it's called. They got all that shit now under their umbrella. And so,
and
like,
Embracer didn't do a show this year either.
Yeah, but only thing that's left is Ubisoft, EA, big ones, like not the smaller ones. Ubisoft, EA. Who am I missing? CD Projekt Red. So at this point, it's like everyone's gonna either jump on Sony's stage if they have a show, or they're gonna jump in with Xbox, or they're gonna do their own show, and it's gonna be like something small. Like Ubisoft show, I think was like maybe an hour, if that, and it was like maybe like 4 or 5 games, that really made sense. Some of it was DLC, but like, I mean, I like it, but I don't like it. I think it's just like now it's just become an Xbox show.
You
And I
like
think that's
the
gonna be a problem.
marathon more than the sprint from like E3.
Yeah.
I got you on that, man. I could definitely see that. Although I do also feel like E3 is a special time of year as well. And me personally, just my own opinion, I also kind of miss that fatigue, if that makes any sense. Like
It's a busy week, yeah.
yeah, I miss running through that though, man. It was exhausting, but it was absolutely fun. And then getting like all the invites to the other shows, and it was really an awesome time, man. I
I
absolutely
really
loved
hope
it,
that
so.
now that they're not really like, I really hope that at some point they start moving the venue around a little bit, and not just do it. I think Microsoft did that this year. They had like maybe like some spaces rented out in other cities,
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken. And you could go there
they're like
if you were
theaters.
close enough.
Yeah, they're like
Yeah.
theaters and stuff.
And you can go there and watch it in the theater. But like obviously the main event is going to be in California. But I would like for them to move that around to other places within the state, so people can experience that instead of having to go there all the time. But I mean, everyone. I mean, I saw a lot of people, a lot of Xbox fans in Cali, doing their thing. So I mean, it's still alive and well. It's just not as big. It doesn't seem like it's as big a scale as it was before.
Yeah, I got you, man. Yeah, I definitely I kind of agree with you. Like you both you like it but don't like it. I do like, the spread out nature of what we had like this year. But again, I still miss that like grand event. You know what I'm saying? That E3 was like for all, for whatever, like the 4 or 5 days or whatnot. But yeah, no, I definitely can roll
So
with you on
E3's
that.
gone away, but the summer game thing is now the thing, right?
Yeah, Keeley got what he wanted, bro. Keeley
Yeah.
got what he wanted, man. He was hoping for the death of E3 for a long time. Like, he wanted he wants to control all that big gaming media, man. I've noticed that with the award show, and now what I'm seeing with Summer Games Fest. And I don't think he's that, like, I don't think he's really good kind of like Games Fest type host from what I saw. Like, it just, to me, he seemed awkward in his showing, but that's just my opinion. I don't know. Let's get Dark in on this one. Dark. So, overall, we got showcase season. I watched main platforms or whatnot. So, what do you think about what they put together this year without E3 being there?
I think we talked about this on GRG last week, and my point still stands. Where
We talk about. I don't go on that show.
I know you don't go on that show, but K Megan knows. My point still stands. I think it sucks that we don't have an E3. I still like having that big, spectacle that they, usually had. And I just didn't feel like it, with this, with these showcases and everything. I like, the whole stage presence and everything like that. I don't know, maybe that's just something that I'm used to or whatever, but I don't know. I didn't. I like the showcases, but I just didn't have that same feeling that E3 has,
Yeah, no, I definitely hear you. Although I will say this year, a lot of the announcements were really good, though.
Yeah, there was a lot of good stuff there. I mean, there was a lot of good stuff, and it was just the presentation for some of them were just god awful, and then some of them had decent, presentations. Others had, a pretty good presentation, but yeah, for the most part, it just didn't have that same feeling.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree with you on that. Let's go to K Mega on this one. K Mega, you heard it. It's about the full what we got in total this time around. Without E3 being there. Are you down? Do you like what you saw this year, or what's good, man?
I mean, it was better,
It was
but
something.
no,
It was
no,
like
no, no.
something.
But I don't. Yeah, but I don't like it. No. I mean, and it was kind of crazy to me because I wasn't expecting a lot of people to say how much they miss E3 because of that reasoning. You know, Jeff Keighley is a great host for the VGAs, but like what Ham and what Dark and other people that I've talked
I
to,
wanted him to be cooler with Nicolas Cage. That was one of my gripes. I was like, you're not playing along with the dude, man. Come on. Bro.
I mean, I think too. When it comes to these type of shows and stuff like that, it comes down to pacing, and
Okay.
the pacing just doesn't work. Even when you do have those 6-hour shows or whatever, and you know it's some of them are bigger than others, and so then you can take that break and maybe miss that, and from then maybe if somebody like me or somebody else that was interested in the games in that from that actual studio or publisher or whatever had something that you wanted, you could ask them or you could see it on Twitter or whatever, but it was still like that camaraderie that you had even when you were at home with your gaming friends. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
like it was too pieced out. Like, so it's not like how we would be in the couple of the 3 days of just hanging out all day talking, you know, or even longer when we take a little break and then we come and we do a collaboration reaction show to whatever, and then talk about those smaller gyms, because the fact of it is that the Prayer was right, the smaller teams lose out.
Yeah, that was a great point. That was a great point.
Because the fact that nobody didn't see Devolver. Nobody there's only been, I think, what, because I even missed Devolver, and I'm going to have to go back and check it, but I think Dark was the only one that watched the Devolver, and I always watch Devolver stuff because their showings are always crazy.
They always have like 2 games that it's like, oh man, look at that. Like, yeah, they always have 2.
Yeah, that's exactly what they had this time too.
Yeah, they always have games, right? They always have those games. A couple of games that you're going to want to play from them, but also their presentation is just so out there. It's wild. Is, you know, I don't know if they did that, but I mean, I'm going to check it out and see, because it's, you know, talking about the gaming media and just all that other stuff. Like it's really nuts what they do. But yeah, like before smaller titles, like I was hoping to see something about a fighter, indie fighter called Corrupt. Didn't see anything, so I was assuming that it was in one of these smaller shows that I just missed.
Did you see the Xbox Extended?
Yes, I did.
Okay,
yeah, I watched it twice.
They did the idea Xbox there. I thought they did that. Like, I thought they split it up perfect, bro.
Oh no, it was absolutely fantastic how they did it. Yeah, like I mean, Xbox this year with their direct at the January was perfect, and how they did their showcase was absolutely fantastic, and then doing the extended was absolutely. See, at this point, people should understand. Like, I mean, all these people see these extendeds, these the state of plays, and they should know the difference by now. People shouldn't expect to see a brand new game that wasn't at the bigger conference. You know what I mean? Like, but people still always come and they talk about, oh, we're going to see this. We're going to see Perfect Dark. No, you're not. You're going to see the games that, you know what I'm saying?
Somebody said that.
Somebody, like
we're not going to put that on the main stage in the main show. No, we're going to put it on.
We're just going to put it on the extended.
This
like,
little show that we're not even barely promoting.
Yeah, like, I mean, we're putting this on Tuesday where people are mostly at work. You know what I'm saying? And we're doing this in the middle of the day. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's going to be like an hour and a half or 2 hours long. And even your lunch break is not going. You ain't going to retain all that information. So I have no earthly idea where people be getting these crazy thought processes. But that, I mean, for me, the pacing for what Microsoft did was absolutely fantastic. But yeah, but still, E3 is missed completely. I mean, I was talking to Blam earlier here, and he was just talking about the experience because it was his first time experience, and he was like, "Mega, you were right. Like, it's something that's I'm going to cherish for the rest of my life." And I'm like, that's the beauty of it. Like, even though you may not be there, you still, as a collective of all of us together, still keep that bond with other people that's doing the live streams and things to where we're all gamers in it for that moment in time. We're all gamers. And afterwards, then it turns into a messy goulash of just chaos. But other than that, it's just
This year's some
just
of the
beauty of
messiest,
it.
bro. This year, some of the messiest.
Oh yeah,
man.
I know we're going to be talking
Hands
more about
down.
it, but I just
Hands down.
But yeah, but my last point, I think that E3 is still missed, and the smaller channels, the smaller games definitely, unless you watch the extended, you got some props there from that because Xbox is kind of like in a hot spot right now. But anything under that, like I feel sorry for them because they didn't get the opportunity to show what they would have if there was an E3 because Keeley is being he doesn't want to show indies. It's kind of ridiculous. You say you want to celebrate gaming, but then instead of showing that time to showing smaller developers work, you want to have interviews with people who just there to get their check, like, and then it just turns cringe, and then you taking that time away from showing us more games, and to me, I don't know. So it is what it is. I mean, the more shows, the better. But no, what Keeley does will never ever take what E3 is or was.
Yeah, definitely, and you know, I don't think one man can hold down something to make it as big as E3 anyway. I mean, if you look at it, there's a reason why they called it kind of like the Mecca of gaming, because it was where everybody went. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, you know, I know I said I don't feel like he's a great host for that, but I don't think any one person can do that anyway. Let me just be clear on that. You know, I give him his award show. I love his awkwardness there. Every time he runs after Kojima, it's cute. You know what I'm saying? Give him that. I don't like him in that kind of setup, man. I don't think it works well. I don't know, man. I was more kind of like making fun of him than like really hearing what he had to say because of. But anyway, let's go to the Don on this one now. Don, we've talked about E3 for years, and you know, everybody getting together and stuff. And I know they still have FanFest with Xbox and stuff, but to me, that's really, it's not the same. All right, so we got this offering this year. I don't know how much you watched. So just kind of let people know if you got in on most of the shows or whatnot, and let me know, like, what do you think about what they put together for us this year without E3?
Well, I think it's important to kind of recap what E3 does for the industry. I look at it as something that's rising tide raises all ships.
Okay.
There's a momentum that I think every game benefits from being in a collective place. Does that make sense? Because maybe just for that brief period of time, for like 3 days or whatever, somebody catches your game that normally never would. And I think that's where E3 ended. And I think what we see now is a lot of things just kind of slipping through the cracks, to be honest with you. Jeff Keighley, like, I can only handle so much of him. I just put it this way, if I was ever at a dinner party with the guy, I would be like, get me out of here. Can I go home? Where do I have to do? Who do I need to give the check for the fundraiser and be out of here? It's kind of like he's like one of those awkward people. You're stuck in a conversation. You're just like, how can I get out of this? And that just, I feel like that's how he presents himself. I mean, obviously he has connections and he's done well in that space, and he does. Keeley takes care of himself, right? Like that's I think is real focus. And I don't hate someone for that hustle, but I'm just not interested in what he's presented. So I caught highlights afterwards, and then kind of moved on. And I think back to what everyone was saying on pacing. I mean, that goes a long way. Like, we're in a kind of an environment where you're trying to catch the attention of people that have really short attention spans, or growing
getting
into
shorter
attention
getting
spans all the time.
shorter by the day, bro. Shorter by
exactly.
the day.
So I don't have time to waste in that. I'm just not interested in him putting on a show. I just want to show me the goods, show me the thing I'm interested in, and move on. If it's something I'm not interested in, great. If it only lasts for a certain period of time, it's no more than me watching a commercial before I watch something on, like, say, on YouTube, right? Like, that's not a big deal to me. But when you have, say, a game I'm not interested in, and then I have to listen to a person I'm not interested in on top of that, then that's when I'm checking out and looking at other stuff. So
I got you, man. I think it's safe to say, kind of like across the board here, you know, we were happy to get shows, all right, but when it's all said and done, there's nothing out there that's going to replace E3.
Well, goodbye. I don't think it's coming back, man.
Yeah, I know. I hear that, but
the thing is, the publishers are making the money they need without having to spend it on E3.
Yeah, and
that's so if you're an EA,
Game Pass.
yeah, you're EA, Ubisoft, Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo, the staples, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is a net positive. For all the stuff that it's in between, it doesn't fall into those umbrellas. Those are the games that miss out.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I mean, that's just, it is what it is. It doesn't make them bad games. It just means there's no awareness of what they're putting out there.
What it means now, like in my opinion, because games that kind of like fall through the cracks like that, there is such a big community of people that are supposed to be out there putting out gaming news and information. I think it falls on us now to kind of, find those as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's actually a good thing, because I see a lot in terms of the YouTube community, kind of relying on the other side of gaming and not really putting out kind of like hidden gems or anything like that. I don't see a lot of that anymore. At least in the community,
and you do touch on something. There's great opportunity, I think, for people in like the creative space, like YouTube and other platforms down the road, right, where they can do that. But the thing is, that means they have to put forth the effort, right?
Yes, that's why I said the work.
you can't be like, hey, there's this article and I'm going to rehash this article or disagree or agree with this article. Like, that's not going to cut it, right? And that means you're going to have to start reaching out to marketing team. That means you're going to have to start up with those rapports. You have to start thinking about how you carry yourself in the sense of what your audience is there for. In the same token, you also have to find out balance where, like, these companies are going to want to work with independent creators. But yeah, you're right. There's a lot of, even when something dies, there's always potential. There's
exactly. When one door closes, another one opens all the time.
Absolutely.
Man. Nice.
Absolutely. So
nice. And shout out to Lady Foxfire, who said she saw all the indie shows. She went out there, OG Sergeant Gamer status, and checked everything out. Yo, shout out to you, lady. But yeah, all right. So let's get into this, because there were a bunch of announcements that really seemed to be like love it or hate it. There wasn't a lot of in between on these, and that's what they call polarizing, right? It's either you get extreme fandom on either side of the situation, and it seems like there were a lot of those within this showcase season. Whether you're talking about the PlayStation showcase and kind of like stuff that people thought they were going to see but didn't get to see. Of course, with the Xbox showcase, people are going absolutely insane over some of the most graphically incredible gameplay I have ever seen when it came to a game like Fable. And it's really causing it's really polarizing kind of like topics there. So I want to go through the panel and the chat too. So yeah, everybody in the chat, I see the Elusive Gamer in there. What is going on, Jamie? It is good to see you, bro. Of course, I said Lady Foxfire. Guys, as we're going in, I want to see in the chat your most polarizing announcement when it came to this showcase. It doesn't matter what show, but it's really that announcement that you just saw that people were just built up on extremely one side and extremely the other, and they were going back and forth over it, man. It's been a crazy situation. So I want to start with let me start with K Mega on this one. Mega, out of all the shows, a lot of announcements that people are really kind of like going back and forth over, really polarizing. What do you think out of all of these is the most polarizing announcement that we got this season, man?
You talking to me?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. I was in there talking to my wife. I'm sorry.
I thought you were, and the funny thing is, I thought you were just going through and just thinking about all the announcements and kind of like the what the fuck moments after the announcements, because people just went insane.
Yeah.
But dude, what's the most polarizing announcement in your mind when it came to this season of gaming trailers and stuff?
Out of all of them, or just out of
out of
Xbox?
all of them.
Okay.
No, out of all of them, because we can group them all up and just pull one.
Okay. I was very surprised and very pleased to see Prince of Persia. The Star Wars, what is it, Outlaws? Looked very, very, very impressive. I just think what Disney is doing now by trying to, with different publishers to make these games and then these, and given the budget to make them look the way that they do and just give you different characters into the universe. The one thing that I think about is Halo. Like, my God, why we don't have that for Halo. But anyway, that's a whole nother topic for another, so probably for Devin the Gamer, for sure. But that was very impressive.
All right, hold on, Mega, real quick, because I think we got a little mix up here when it comes to the topic. Let me give you my real quick, just to kind of show like where we're going here now.
Okay, my bad.
All right. When it comes to my kind of like most polarizing announcement, to me, and I know there are bigger ones out there, but this is just to me personally, it was Avowed. All right, because one thing, I was surprised at the style, the art style of the environment and stuff like that. Like,
okay, I get what you're saying now.
I think it looks really good, but that's where the backlash came from. A lot of people were talking about it's being too bright and too colorful. Now, I also I did a little research on it, because for people who don't know, Avowed comes from the Pillars of Eternity universe. Like, so it's already based in a universe that has already been described, you know what I'm saying, in previous games and stuff like that. So you already have a framework there of how you're going to build that universe. It's already there in previous games. You're not going to make it look dramatically different or anything like that. And then once I realized, it's a part of that world, it's a connection to previous games and stuff. And then you go back and you actually look at like the gameplay. I mean, the gameplay to me looked awesome. But that's what I'm saying. The most polarizing thing, like, a lot of people lashed out at it for its style. But there was a reason for it.
Well, then I can say Prince of Persia.
Dude, when you said that at first, I was like, you know what? Because I was on the other side of the fence from you on that one.
Right. Prince of Persia got a lot of, but when they showed more gameplay behind it, absolutely. I'm so stoked. I'm buying that game day one. There's no question. I know a lot of people had a lot of, talking about the music, and then the guy from Digital Foundry that was saying that, saying he wanted to have proper music, or however he displayed it, given one of those tropes. It disgusted me, but it is what it is. I would say another game would be Hellblade, because a lot of people were wanting to see combat and they didn't. So now there's this, because they're trying to there's some people that wanted to have a narrative to get away from the graphical beauty of the game and talk about, well, this game is going to be limited. And I feel that it's not Hellblade's time, since it's not coming out this year, to present everything right then and there, because Starfield is available, Forza is going to be available, and then all the other games from Game Pass. So to me, it's one of those things that is like, let them cook. We will see plenty of Hellblade, and there will be combat. They've talked about it before. I don't see why anybody would be questioning it, just because they didn't see it here when the game is not coming out this year.
Okay.
But that was another game that I thought
Hold
that
on, you got
a
to
lot of
pick
people
one.
would
You
say
got
something.
you got to pick one because I'm gonna do something with this, man.
Okay,
You got to pick one.
Then I'll go. Dang it! I'm gonna go with Prince of Persia then.
Okay,
because
that's
that
perfect.
did get a lot of feedback.
That's
Yeah.
perfect because I'm not too sure if anybody else on the panel would have picked that, but it's a great choice because I'm on the end where when I saw that game, I don't know if it's something about the camera being so close up with that art style. I got more of a sense of like an Xbox 360 arcade game with it. You know what I'm saying?
No,
And-
the camera adjusts like it go like
no,
it's,
yeah,
it's coordinating with
I
the
saw
setting,
that
yeah.
and everything, but
Okay.
it was just something about it. I guess I can't really pinpoint it at all. And I was looking forward when I saw Prince of Persia. I'm like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? I was down to really kind of breathe it in, but it just didn't speak to me, man. And you know, again, not every game is for everybody. But so we're going Prince of Persia. Don, what do you think about the Prince of Persia here in terms of like the polarizing topic where, you know, there was a lot of people out there that were talking about graphics. I didn't hear anything about music, but maybe you know about the music and what you know Digital Foundry said over there. Did you have any real feeling off of anything that you saw with Prince of Persia?
Not really. I mean, the thing is, a lot of the noise out there in the game industry, like it's like same old arguments, just a different day, right? Like, and so like it becomes white noise after a certain point in time. So I just don't recognize it. I mean, I have to like half the time I have to rely on King on what are people upset about? Why? Like I just you know I'm just in that space like in regards to, and there's a few things that make it through my filter, obviously, that I'm just like, really, you guys? But yeah, I mean,
you definitely had some leaks through your filter the last couple of days because everybody got some of it, man. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, everybody got something, right? But you know, no, I don't have any gripes with Prince of Persia. The only thing I have a gripe about, but it stays in tradition of what they've done in the past, though, is, you know, like how they made the character look like he's more of a character of this time versus the time that it's supposed to represent, with hairstyle and stuff like that. But then I also look at previous Prince of Persia's, and that hairstyle was pretty popular back then too. Like during the sands of time, I'm like, oh, this is just a stupid thing that Prince of Persia does overall. So it's like, you know, that was my only kind of gripe. But the reality, it's on point for what the brand has done in the past, right? So can't really complain about it. Like they're staying in their own lane and they're doing this, you know. And I like the last Prince of Persia too, the one that was not a side scroller like this one, but the one that was 3D and cell shaded. I like that one a lot too. That was a blast.
I like cell shaded.
Oh, Within. Yeah. Within.
Yeah,
Something Within, yeah.
It didn't resonate though, and like that's what I'm afraid with this. Like it could be a great game, but I just don't know if Prince of Persia is going to resonate going forward with that, which is sad because I actually, you know, if you really think about it, the Sands of Time series with the Prince of Persia when they went 3D, kind of what built Ubisoft. If you really look at it, like Ubisoft kind of came out of nowhere until that series started coming out, and so yeah, it's unfortunate. I don't think it will get the love that it deserves. I guess my biggest thing is, I guess if I look at this as a whole and take a little bit of higher elevation look at it, is I'm just kind of disappointed. Gamers they're putting more energy into being worked up than giving a game a fair shot.
You know,
does that make sense?
You know what? You know what's funny, Don? Like after all this, after everybody kind of picked that polarizing topic, I was actually gonna like bring up that point. There's something I want to talk to the community about when it comes to, like, I wanted to present the bullshit and then be like, then kind of bring it full circle and be like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So it's funny that we're kind of thinking along the same terms. So like, bear with me on this one. It might be kind of like a little bit of a hard series, but we're gonna get through it, and I have a feeling you're gonna end up smiling by the end of the whole thing, man.
And by the way, it's just called Prince of Persia because I was looking through my list. I'm like, is that the right one? It wasn't the right one. It's just Prince of Persia, the one that the shell shake. Yeah,
and for anybody who might get upset that like I'm just saying Prince of Persia is not for me, it's okay. Ubisoft's going to get my money because they are making the Assassin's Creed that I want. It's all right. They're getting my money this year. It's all good. All right. Oh, I don't want to hear that, man. Yo, where's the otter at? Where's Dark Optimus, man? Let's get him in on this. You heard it was Prince of Persia. That kind of like polarizing topic. Did you pick a side on that one? Did that get in your feels at all, or are you just like whatever?
Oh, absolutely, dude.
I knew it. You were heated
for Prince of Persia.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't wait for that. Yeah.
So I don't know what was going on in terms of music. I don't know if you know anything about that. What K Mega was saying, but for me, it was just kind of like the style.
It's it was a hip hop rap song.
Let's go. I'm down.
The trailer, only in the trailer. It's like it's just a freaking trailer, man. It doesn't matter. Like
you talking about the hype music?
Yeah,
is
that what everyone's
talking about?
That's all it was. That's all it was just get people hyped.
That's what somebody was complaining about.
Yes.
Oh, the guy from Digital Foundry. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he was like,
I'm so glad I didn't see that.
Was so condescending. Like it was, it pissed me off. Like I'm like, really?
It was very unnecessary. To be completely honest, there was no necessity to him being that
where was he when they used the White Stripes for Battlefield and like that song blew up, yo. Like
it's like that's not even the music. That's probably, I mean, if that music is in the game, that's fine too. I don't care. I'm not playing the game for
it might make it better
itself, you know, like like it's weird, but whatever.
Wait, it's almost like it's the only game that's ever done it, right?
Right. Yeah. That's how they act.
Yeah,
I love
not.
that.
It's like the Mortal Kombat. Well, wasn't there like a complaint when Mortal Kombat was showed?
Mortal Kombat X.
One,
yeah.
But the one previous to that.
Yeah, X.
Yeah, and people got all upset about the music. Like it's a hype trailer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's just nuts. I don't understand why it's that upsetting to people, but whatever.
It's all good. When the game comes out, bro, you're gonna cop it like day one, and you're gonna go crazy, bro. You're gonna go crazy, man. Let's see. Yo, Pred, dude, we're talking Prince of Persia. Polarizing topic. Was it polarizing to you? What did you think, or did you just say nah, pass? That's nothing right now.
That wasn't my my choice of the game. I didn't really see too much in. I mean, like my biggest thing with it was that it was more a side scroller type deal. Like the old Prince of Persia wasn't like in that camera angle. So that was my biggest gripe on it. But I mean, it wasn't. I know they're kind of rebooting it, so it wasn't that big of a deal to me. I'm like, I'll still play it. I love Prince of Persia, but I'm used to the older ones. Like it seemed like it was more of a third person kind of weird angle from the back or whatever, but this is just like, you know, like some Mario shit. So, but I'm still gonna play it though. It's like, but that wasn't my polarizing.
Yeah, well, since you said that wasn't yours, and we're actually at the end of like asking everybody else, I'm gonna ask you, Ben, when it comes down to it, what is that one?
Let me read what he said. He said it will. He said it will have. Because somebody asked,
dude, don't bury Linneman too much, because I'm gonna need him later for what he said about Starfield.
No.
Okay,
I'm just reading what he said. He said, he said it will have that in the game. It's just that dumb trend of putting inappropriate music in trailers.
Now I gotta ask you, K Mega, when you look at John Linneman, do you think hip hop
I've talked to him. I met
aficionado?
him.
Do you think a
No,
hip hop
no,
aficionado?
No. It was me and TXJ and Megatron and 100 and 108 Dragons, and we were all around him because he was in line and we were talking, and he seemed scared as hell. He was nice.
Oh no.
He was nice. He was nice because he's a little guy. Like, I mean, he's about maybe 5'10", and you're talking about guys that's 6'1" to 6'7". You know what I'm saying? Like,
He's
it's
clutching
not
that
like,
switch case a little bit tighter.
No, there was no he don't have a hip hop bone in his body. But I'm just saying that
you guys are pretty,
What the
like,
hell, bro?
Wait, did he have cargo pants? He was that guy.
He did have gray cargo pants and a plaid shirt. So yeah, no, I mean,
I don't
so yeah,
understand
it was.
how it's
All right.
inappropriate because there was no cussing in that entire.
It was inappropriate because it was hip hop. Because obviously you could tell that he's not a fan of the music. He goes further on on YouTube, on Twitter, I mean, to explain why. Because a lot of people was asking, like, what do you mean inappropriate? And he was just like, it's just not a good music. It's and so, like, I mean, it was garbage. Like, I was like, what is dude? Like, okay. But
Yo,
yeah,
Mega, real quick, if you can see it, our buddy Lucifer hit that super chat, and I think you gotta read it because it's an all hail K Mega super chat, man.
Okay, yeah, right when K Mega's gameplay is on, ladies and gentlemen, I'm trying to tell you.
He's playing for broken people. He's playing for broken.
I think it's a conspiracy.
This Forspoken is hot. Let's go. Look.
Yo, where else? Hold on. Where else can you see a Link to the Past? Fucking Forspoken and all the
playing that.
Yo,
I'm surprised. Bob.
Plants vs Zombies. Come on now, we brought all the gameplay. But go ahead, K
Oh
Mega.
my god. All right, he said I heard Xbox got K Mega gameplay video to showcase the new games at show. Man, great job, K Mega. You are absolutely
no. It's not Xbox. He said that
Thank you so
Xbox,
much.
Xbox, like all the stuff that they put in their showcase, all the gameplay. It was all K Mega. That's what he's trying to say.
Right. He's absolutely right.
But his name is Lucifer. He did put in $6.66, so I'm pretty sure he's lying right now.
No. Lou is the one you can trust. It's Lilith you cannot trust. So if he said if his name was or her name was Lilith, then it'd be a different story. But you can believe Lucifer. Go ahead.
This man has been
Nice.
playing so much
Let's get back to Pred on this one. Now, Pred, you're about to give us your most polarizing topic for this year's showcase season. What is it, man?
Spider-Man 2.
Oh, what in terms of
Like
what?
It looked like Spider-Man 1. You know, like,
Yeah.
It did to me. Like, it looked like the other Spider. Like, obviously the story's changed a little bit, and like just listening to people talk about it, like you specifically, Xbox, like you were talking about the story and how like it doesn't match up with some of the stuff that actually happens in the comics and stuff like that. And then I'm hearing like like microtransactions and stuff like that being brought up with this game as well. So like I'm like, okay, that was something that like was frowned upon from the PlayStation community before, but now like they're okay with it. So like obviously the game's gonna sell well, but like I just didn't think it looked like Spider-Man 1 to me. It just looked like the same game, just a reskin, just like everything else was the same. You're buying the same game, and now it's only on PlayStation 5 this time, so like you can't even get the PlayStation 4 version. You're forced to buy the PlayStation 5 version. So nobody talked about that. It hasn't been brought up. We finally got a date for it because they didn't give one in the PlayStation Showcase, which they should have done in the first place, but they waited until later to give us a date for the game. And like, why wasn't that shown at the PlayStation Showcase? Why wasn't that given out then? So like, I mean, to me, I think that was handled just poorly. Like the whole showing of the game, like they showed enough gameplay for people to be satisfied. Like if you want a gameplay of the game, you definitely got that. But just hearing, people talk about certain things that happened within the real story, and some people are kind of like, I've seen this around before. It looks like the PlayStation, looks like the Spider-Man 1 version. It just didn't look like it was much of an upgrade from the previous version. So, that's the one I throw out.
With that, that's interesting. I'm glad you brought that up. See, because we do have a developer here as well that is also, I believe, a self-proclaimed graphics whore, since that's what he deals with a lot when it comes to making
it's
games.
my specialty.
That
That's
so
what I do.
he loves the prettiness. So Don, did you see the Spider-Man 2 gameplay?
Yeah.
All right, so you heard what Pred said. Now, I know a lot of people talked a lot about different nuances in the new game in terms of like graphical differences and stuff like that. Did you get that same feeling? Because I have gone out there, and this is nothing new, but I've been telling people like their framework for Spider-Man games that has been built with Spider-Man PS4, and then they just add to that when it comes to the sequels and stuff. Now, what do you think about what Pred said there? Is there a difference that you can see, or is he kind of like in the same boat?
It's iterative. It's not like quantum leap sort of thing, right? Like I think people are expecting with new consoles and the way the previous game looked on the other one that they're it was going to blow the side panels off their PS5, and it's just not going to do that, right? Like, and there's development cycles and stuff like that where they improve on certain mechanics, and as they do iterative things, talk about Assassin's Creed. Like, you jump from one Assassin's Creed to another. Sometimes it's not that groundbreaking. It's not that breathtaking, right? Like it is literally the kind of the same sort of game, but with some enhancements, and those with the keen eye will pick up on it, right?
And then the funny thing is with Assassin's Creed, when they do a big leap, like I believe they did a big one with Unity. You saw all the CPU issues and stuff like that was happening with that, man. Yeah.
Well, and then they pushed the limits a little too hard,
A little too far, man. But it looked gorgeous, though, bro.
And they find out, right? Like that's pretty much what they do. So I mean, then again, to me, it doesn't surprise me. Like, I work in the industry, I get it. Like, the engine they're using, this, the pipeline they have as a studio, they're obviously very talented. The time frame they were given between the previous iteration. And
they're pumping those out, man. They really
are. There's a third one, and I think they even did a remaster at one point too, like in the past.
Exactly. So like they keep pumping them out like so back to back, and so that's when the innovations don't, they get stagnated. You're putting out products on a regular basis, like that's just what happens. I mean, look at what happened to Call of Duty when you do that, right? Like, when you put back to back content, people keep going like, when is this game going to start looking better? Right? It's the same thing that's happening with Spider-Man. So I'm not gonna like dog on Spider-Man.
No, it looks good, man.
It looks good. I mean, I think the lighting's the biggest improvement. If you ask me what was noticeable, some of the texture work, I don't think it really shows, or the draw distance. It's hard to kind of show that sort of stuff, but. Outside of that, I think the biggest thing was the lighting thing that I noticed. That was just better. But...
Dude, I noticed a jump in lighting like across like all showcases, all games. Like, it seems like developers really kind of grasp these systems now, at least when it comes to the lighting, global illumination, all that good stuff. Like, it really seems like a lot of developers really get these consoles now.
You know why that helps? That is, we've integrated ray tracing in real-time ray tracing into the development pipeline. So even if the game doesn't get ray tracing, right, we're given an example of what the game can look like if it has ray tracing. So that's the benchmark. And you're trying to reach that benchmark a little bit better. So since you have that tool that can show you what it can look like, then you're able to try to find optimized ways to maybe use a different type of lighting resource, and you can get a better idea of what it can turn out to be, right? And so, those sort of things that are integrated into a lot of developers' pipelines is like, even if we don't use ray tracing because it doesn't fit the parameters of our game, or there's a performance hit that just doesn't work for what we're doing, we can still use it as a tool to say, hey, how can we properly light up this area?
Nice, man.
So,
and one thing I was going to say, one of the biggest things, one of the biggest games that were announced was Starfield, and one of the things that I was just absolutely in awe of was the lighting. every time they showed like the landscapes and stuff like that. Like I'm not used to saying Bethesda makes a pretty game because I don't think they have until now. Like I really like, and I think a lot of it has to deal with with the lighting and such. But
Yeah, well, like Bethesda, if it was like a girl you met, you'd be like, oh, she has a sweet spirit, right? Like, you know,
give
it's
me
kinda,
like give
it's
me a
kinda
couple
that
shots
sort of
and like
thing.
4 beers and then
Yeah,
like,
she has a
Your
sweet,
ass is
sweet
gonna be in
spirit.
love because she hit you with that good. It's the insides that count. Yeah.
uh, anybody
Oh,
ever
man.
need relationship help and advice? You just come to the next podcast. That's all, man.
That's right.
Yeah.
K-Mega, speaking of lighting, that's what K-Mega specializes in. He's like, I don't care what you look like, girl. Let's get the lighting right. It'll be all good.
We'll get the
Right,
lighting right. That's all.
We'll get the lighting right. And we gotta see
Just
what
turn the
these
light off.
energies
Turn the light off.
Yeah,
Put the
we'll
bag
just-
on your face.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
Let's see what these energies like. Then we going. That's the real test. You know what I'm
K-Mega's
saying?
bedroom's got soft boxes everywhere.
Oh, I got a water bed, brother. What are you talking about?
Ah.
Anyway.
Turn up the light.
I don't like that. I don't like that, man. I don't know.
Yes.
Yo, where is my brother Dark at? We got to ask Dark. Yo, Dark, we got another polarizing topic. It's the Spider-Man 2 thing. Spider-Man 2 looks like Spider-Man 1. What do you think, sir?
Lighting wise, it's better. But yeah, I mean, it definitely has that same feeling as Spider-Man 1. As almost as if it should be, you know, because of the fact that it's a sequel to a game that did well for Insomniac. So yeah, man, I mean, I'm absolutely ecstatic for it, and I think I'm not too fond of the microtransactions, but as long as it doesn't get in the way the gameplay and stuff like that, then it'll be
That's
fine.
that right there is going to be interesting because I played Spider-Man PS4 again. Thank you,
Yeah.
Don. And thank you, O Snaps as well. But I played that, and one of the things was getting all those costumes. Earning those costumes in the game and stuff. So I'm looking at like microtransactions. I'm like, how are they gonna do this now? Because there were moves and stuff attached to different costumes and everything. So that we got to keep our eye on that, brother.
I mean, as long as they allow you to continue to actually earn some of those costumes, I'll be okay with that, you know. But if you want to like unlock them right away, then and you want to pay for that, then that's on you, you know.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, it's not a multiplayer.
But yeah, like if that gets in the way of the gameplay and the experience and stuff, yeah, no, I'm not down. And
Yeah.
hopefully that's not the case.
Well, the good thing about single-player games with microtransactions is, for the most part, you don't have to partake in them if you don't want to. You know what I'm saying? And then as long as they're not, I don't know, like locking you out of levels until you do something, and then you can like pay to get up there quicker or something like that. As long as they don't do anything like that, it shouldn't be that big of a deal, man. But let's see here. Anybody else on the Spider-Man? Pred. I don't think I went to you on the whole Spider-Man thing.
Well,
I'm the one that started it.
So we went full circle then. That's awesome. I'm better than I thought. Let's see who is next. Let's go to Dark next. Dark. We're talking polarizing topics, man. And I think the cool thing is, like, it seems like we're steadily building. We started with Prince of Persia, Spider-Man 2. What is your kind of like most polarizing announcement moment within the showcase season?
Star Wars Outlaws.
Polarizing? Why polarizing?
Because it's the Star Wars game I've always wanted. It's like I was, I like the Jedi stuff. I like that stuff too as well. But I always wanted something that was like Han Solo-esque, and this feels very much like a Han Solo type of, game. And I'm excited for it, man. I think it looks good. We saw a little bit of it at I think it was at Summer Games Fest. We saw it be announced, and then at the Ubisoft Forward, they actually had gameplay of it. So, and the gameplay looks good. Yeah, it's a little choppy right now. Yeah, of course, it's it's just it's not finished yet. So, but it looks good. It looks like something I've been clamoring for in the Star Wars universe for a while. Especially since they canceled 1313, and they canceled a lot of other Star Wars games that
The Amy Hitting one.
yeah, the Amy Henning one, which
But they're also
looks
making a
very
shit ton of
similar
them too,
to this
though.
game. So, it's good to see that we're actually getting something else besides just Jedi in a Star Wars game.
I'm gonna be very honest with you, man. I'm getting Star Wars burnt out, yo. I feel like
Well,
every time I
yeah.
turn the corner in the gaming community, there's another Star Wars game that people are talking about, man. I don't know. It could just be me. I mean, it's just a me thing, but
You were, but not all of them launched and released.
Yeah.
Right.
So you're not
yeah.
wrong.
You know what it- you know what
Came
it-
out.
You know what it is? You know what it is?
This is
It's
like the-
it's Disney's
this is-
desperate attempt to make money off of Star Wars and video games.
Yeah,
So
cash
they're just trying anything right now. Every time I turn around, it's another Star Wars thing, and then half of them don't come out. You're right, Don. You're right.
It's not just video games though. It's like the series as well, like the TV series
Yeah.
as well.
Everything. Yeah.
Mandalorian. Yeah, like they're really pushing a lot of that down our throats right now. So,
Yeah, that is true.
But they said they were, so I mean, it's not.
I'm
I'm
like
not
they
burnt
didn't
out from the
warn us.
Mandalorian though. I'm not. I could take another season like right now, but when it comes, I don't know, Star Wars and video games for me right now, I'm just kind of like, all right, calm down, guys. But I'm glad,
There
yo.
really hasn't been that much Star Wars games in the
Right.
last couple of years.
I mean, if you did the math, you are correct that there hasn't
Yeah.
been a lot, but you
I mean, yes,
also
we've
took
seen
the other
a
side.
lot
What
of 'em.
Bod's saying, yes, they announced a lot.
Yeah, they
So,
have announced a lot, but we haven't seen them. So
Yeah, exactly.
Nice. And just for the record, guys, people in the chat, I will let you know, I am gonna talk to the panel about what the definition of polarizing is, and I'm gonna help you out, Dark. And I'm just gonna throw a polarizing topic out because that isn't a polarizing topic. You just gushed over Outlaws for 2 minutes. That's all you did. Now polarizing, I'm gonna throw it out there. All right. Fable, the announced trailer. All right. I thought looked absolutely incredible, and within the trailer, I felt it was obvious what was there as gameplay, but
okay, so since I didn't pick an Xbox game, that's not polarizing.
No,
Is that
no,
what you're trying to
no,
say?
polarizing.
Is that what you're trying to
Hold on,
go at?
no. Polarizing
That's
is
what
when
it seems like, dude.
if
because
you let me finish,
because to
if
me,
you
Outlaws
let-
is polarizing.
if you let
So
me-
I know the definition
Hold
of
on, no,
polarizing.
go
You're
ahead,
trying-
Dark. My bad.
You're
You
trying
got
to
the mic.
go
Go ahead.
after my character here. by saying that I don't know anything about polarizing, and it's like, dude, I did give you something, so I don't know what you're trying to get at.
Polarizing is when something is presented that people take a firm stance in extreme direction opposite when it's shown. Like you have
There's
a
a
bunch
big
of people that,
divide.
yeah, it creates a rift within the community. That's polarizing. Okay?
All right, well, I mean, to me,
It's okay. I love you, bro. I love you, bro. All right.
Really,
and
I
we're
honestly
gonna
didn't see anyone complain about it. So
go... Dude, you
Nope.
hold on.
I saw a lot of people being like,
You didn't see anybody complain about. Yo, there are people telling the developers of the game that what they showed wasn't gameplay. You didn't see any of that. None of that.
I saw all of that.
But
I mean,
what
No,
was
I'm talking to the
what
I
was
Don.
didn't see
the
that with
polarizing
Star
subject?
Wars. No, I didn't see that with Star Wars.
Like people are hating on it, saying it's not gameplay, and then other people, including developers that are making the game. That's creating a rift right there. You got people on the other side hating it, saying it's not gameplay. You got people on the other side like, yo, are you guys fucking serious? Just look at it. And with that being said, I want to go to the Don on this one because Don, even me, I'm not a developer, but you know I look into this stuff. Like when the Giant, when they kind of focused in and had the hero in between the Giant and the camera, I'm like, yo, that is obvious gameplay right there. You can tell from the textures and everything, like even down to when the Giant was attacking her. You could tell that was absolutely gameplay. It, like, from me, dude, Did I like hit myself on the head or something? I have a concussion that like I feel like this is absolutely obvious.
Well, I think when you have a game that shows any sort of leap, right? Because gamers always ask for that, right? I want the next leap in whatever games can look like, and then when you get it, there's a bit of disbelief. And if you've done that before, then you as a developer have done your job, right? You can say the Last of Us was like that, right? People were questioning if the animation was real or this was real gameplay, and it was in regards to that. And so that's where we're at here with Fable. Still have questions about the engine, if is it really using Forza Tech or not. I have questions there. I know they're using Quixel assets. I've seen them in the gameplay, things like that. So there are some interesting things that I have questions, and if they're using a different engine than Unreal, it's cool. I want to know more details about what it can do and what its strengths and stuff like that. But no, I have no doubt that it's gameplay. The problem you run into is when you show gameplay that's too far out, right? So let's say your game doesn't come out in 4 years and you show some gameplay. Well, then some of that's probably going to get whittled back to work with.
Well, this one's coming out next year though, so
yes. So that's the benefit, right? So closer you are to the mark of the game being finalized, the less you have to scale back to make it work.
Case in point, Avowed.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that was my polarizing one right there.
Exactly. So that's what we're talking about here. So I don't have any doubt that that's how that game's going to look. I did see some polarizing topics on it, but the graphics thing that's actually news to me, to be honest with you.
Wow. You know what? I'm almost jealous of you that didn't.
No, you don't want to hear the complaints I've been seeing.
Yeah, no, never mind. Yeah, I don't know that. I don't know that.
Complaining about how the main character looked. And,
that's what I was.
Yeah, yes. I mean, granted, she's not the prettiest, but it's what you call a UK 8, right? Maybe she wouldn't be an 8 here in the US, but it's a UK 8.
But that was also, and that was also kind of like one of those humorous themes from Fable to begin with, because British humor and kind of like British beauty and kind of like the whole joke around that was also a thing in Fable since the first one. That's why they made them the way they.
Yeah, well, she kind of looks like I mean, no offense, but she kind of looks like a peasant, right? That's the whole point, though.
Yeah.
In that sort of universe. So it's not like some elf that's supposed to blow your mind or anything like that. And then a lot of things too with Fable in the past is your character matures based on how you play. So it's not just adding a mustache or a particular hairstyle to a character. Usually you choose between male, female, and then you're able to do others characters, and then if you're exposed to the moon, you grow horns, you become translucent, literally, right?
Yeah. You make good decisions, and you get a halo over your head, and the god rays come down from the sky. It's so cool.
So there, so obviously, that's gonna be. I'm assuming it's gonna be part of it in regards to that. I would imagine there's some sort of, what I'm gonna be really impressed with is, if that's the character they chose for the thing, so be it. But
we always had create a character anyway, so I don't even know why people are flipping out.
That's exactly. So if your game looks like that, but you're able to create a character, and the animation looks that good on the face and stuff like that, then that's more impressive. Because usually you lose a lot of. You really can't animate well when you have character creators and stuff like that. There's a reason why when you have a game with a character creator, usually they look like ass comparison to a game that has an art director that designs something from the ground up, and that's the character you play. There's always a deficit in quality. So if they're able to do that with a character creator, that's impressive, right? So I want to wait and see what's going on. I'm not hurt about it. I'm going to see where they go with this on Fable, and I think there's a lot of people are just, I don't know, I think they want to just poke holes in it. They don't want it to.
Thank you.
Game, I guess.
Thank you.
That's the impression I get. So
it's exactly it. Some people out there is it's definite fake outrage. Like, they have to find something, because I don't know, my opinion when it comes to the Xbox showcase, I don't remember another showcase that I liked as much, and they've had really good showcases that a lot of people try to downplay throughout the years, but I do have to say, like, I was really impressed with this one. So yeah, you're gonna have the fake outrage over just trying to find any little thing, you know, exactly what you said, poke holes, man. You know
what? There might be some genuine people that may not like the way that character looks.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, let's wait and see if it does like traditional stuff like Halo, not Halo, but Fable has done in the past, where you get to do your own character, you know. And if that's what ends up being, then you're outraged about nothing, right? Like with a little bit of time go by. So just wait and see is usually my recommendation for people.
Oh no. Yo, shout out to Lucifer hitting up the super chat one more time. And bro, come on, man. I gotta read it though. I gotta read it. He says Polarizing is saying Xbox gameplay video is better than K Mega. We all know the truth.
Let's go.
And you just said the truth.
Sir X-Man said you missed his
Did
missed
I?
his.
I could go back and check real quick.
Yeah.
Hold on. Can't.
I'm just
Yes,
disappointed I'm not seeing
yes,
Blood
I
Runners
did.
on
Yo,
gameplay.
shout out to Sir X-Man hitting up that super chat, and he said, "Oh my God, you actually have a show tonight." Yeah, no. You know, when OBS decided it was gonna play nice this time, again after another update, it seems like I gotta wait for like 3 updates before I use OBS. Like once the first one, there's got to be 2 more before it works again. In my situation, but let's see here. Anybody else want to tackle the whole Fable situation? I'm putting it out there to see who wants to grab it. If not, I am gonna move on to Forza real quick.
I would say the camera angles look a little different than the previous Fable. I'm not complaining about it, but it's more like a God of War S type game. You know, like how close the camera is to the back of the character.
Yeah,
where
and it's a little off to the side,
It seems like it was further back.
Like over the shoulder more as well, because I know you're usually set right in the middle in a Fable game. But yeah, definitely okay. And anybody else?
Yeah, no, I mean I agree with I found it egregious because I've seen a lot of that too. I even seen some journal. He was I don't know if he was a developer or a journalist. I think he was a journalist and he was an artist at the same time. Maybe he was both. Where he's a journalist but he works on games. But he showed a depiction of how that female character was supposed to look, and of course it was the traditional blonde hair, blue-eyed, fair-skinned chick. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, at least can y'all give some of these heifers a tan or something? You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
like, look,
she outside in the
dark
sun.
hair, like golly, like I get sick of this whole thing. Like, I mean, where it's like they went after Aloy, then they go after. I mean, like. Find a partner for real. Go in the streets for real and go find a partner, and let's see if it's going to look anything like your little animations. You know what I'm saying? And I'm 9 times out of 10 it will not. And so it's okay. Go ahead, Don. What was you gonna say?
I was going to add to it. Developers are getting laid now, right? Like they're not the nerds that couldn't get laid anymore, right? So, right. Yes. So they're starting to understand what a woman looks like, right? And, even if it's like a frat house, like development studio, like okay, now they've been with girls, they know like but is it okay for us to have characters like this? Yes, like you're seeing Fable, but is it also okay for have those hyper fantasy characters? Sure.
Yes.
Like I don't this weird like insecurity. You can only have one or have the other, and both sides do it, which drives me nuts. Right? Like there are certain people that get all upset that say a female character looks very like a Dead or Alive character. Let's call it that, right?
Or Stellar Blade, Stellar
Tig old biddies.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
people get upset about that, and then sometimes people get upset like when they tone them down a little bit. It's still a female character, obviously, right? But they get all upset what it's like when it's like that. So like to me, like if you want game developers to be creative, you have to be open to all of it. I guess is what I'm trying
Let
to
them
say.
create.
Right.
Man.
And they're trying to. Yeah. They're trying to.
Yeah,
Like, I
people
mean,
have
yeah.
characters they want to make. I mean, that's fine. No big
Right.
deal.
Yeah, but it's just so, and like when they did it, and this is not just because of the Xbox thing, like I said with Aloy, like they
With them.
like they put the makeup on her. I'm like, listen, this chick is probably sweaty and funky as hell.
Yeah.
She's in the water, she's into some fur, she's running around and fighting robots. She is not going to look glamorous. She probably ain't going to smell glamorous. So again, why do we have to always portray something that is just out of pocket? Like I'm all for Stellar Blade. Like I'm like, oh my
That's
goodness,
exactly. I was
thinking
about that title too, and I'm like, yeah, well, the Japanese game, they have a tendency that's what they do, and when it comes to their female character models. But we've all seen on the Western side of things a change into more natural, and when you look at Aloy, and the hero from Fable. These are ladies that are getting their hands dirty. They're whooping ass. They're out in the woods. Like why do they gotta look like they just came out the beauty salon? You know what I'm saying? Got their hair did.
Yeah,
like I don't understand that, bro. I
They
don't.
want all their female characters to have blowouts, right? Like,
right.
and a pedicure. Like I get it. Like there's an attractiveness when women do get dolled up. I understand that, but like not every character has to be that. And that's the other thing too, is like the technology has gotten to a point where we can portray all sorts of different types of characters,
Real people
that we couldn't do before. So now with those options, what frustrates me is people want to put limitations on that, right? Like I don't like it when just try out the game, and like there's other games that will be like that. It's not like that's going away. There's a demand for it, obviously, right? Now every character has to look like this particular style of character. I just I don't know. Not every character's gonna look cel shaded, right? Like not every character is gonna look hyper. Like just let's have variety. Like it's fine.
nice. And what I want to say, like I think that variety. At least on the Xbox side of things, that was one of the things I was most happy about with their show. It's that they took down the wall that they were going to show more, past like this year, next year, and they did that with Clockwork. You know what I'm saying? But you look at the variety of games. You look at like the 33 Immortals, and then you got the cinematic AAA big budget like Hellblade. Then you got like these fighting RPGs and stuff like that. The variety that was there. Flight Simulator. Dude, Flight Simulator with like the careers now. I cannot wait to play that, yo. Cannot wait to play that. But we got to talk about something, and we got to talk about a racing game coming out called Forza Motorsport. And the reason why I want to do this is because I don't think a lot of people out there understand the gravity. Like I from looking at everything that Turn 10 has said about this game, like they've created a new racing game. I can even, going from the Forza community, I can even call this a polarizing topic, because a lot of people felt with Forza Motorsport that they were going to go the route of like iRacing or something like that and go absolutely, to real life simulation. And that's not exactly what they did, but things like the car point system to buy your upgrades for your car, how they set up the career where you grab a car to go into a certain thing, and that's your car. Like you invest your time and your effort, your upgrades, tuning for your car, and really just focusing on that car for that series of races and upgrading it and to stay competitive and stuff. I feel like they really created almost like a new balance here in arcade and simulation, and I feel like when people go in and try this game, I don't think they realize how different it's gonna be. Don, you are a big motorsport fan, and this is one of the big reasons why I was like, man, we gotta have Don on this show. We saw a lot of new stuff when it comes to Forza Motorsport, stuff like I don't think we're really used to in terms of the setup and implementation here. I want to know what you think about what you saw here, kind of like in the future of Forza. And I got to ask if you were one of those people that were thinking they were really going to go like absolute racing simulation for their reboot, man.
Well, I kind of reject the idea that Forza is not a sim racer. Like, I see that a lot in the sim community, and they're kind of full of it, to be honest with you. I've played some of these sim racers that people talk about, and the physics are not correct. But they call it a sim racer because it feels correct to them. I don't understand like where they're coming from. It comes from a weird perspective. The other thing is the biggest improvement outside of the visual improvements and the way they gamified the whole racing system with Forza is the physics improvements. That's one of the biggest things about that engine is how it runs physics and how quick the refresh rate on the physics, which is higher than the refresh rate of what you're seeing on screen, works in that world. So, and then how they fix the tire models and stuff like that. So that's what's going to translate into the gameplay, and that's what people are going to go, oh, this is not. When people say it's not a sim, like, nah, dude, it's closer to a sim than I would say a lot of other, especially iRacing. I don't think iRacing's that great, to be honest.
I'd see. I never played it, man. But like, you know me, after seeing new Forza stuff, I'm out there talking to people about it and stuff. And I was surprised at the amount of people who were like, man, I thought they were gonna go more iRacing. I've never played that, but I do agree with you in terms of like the physics. Like they really broke down what they're doing with the tires and the 8 points of contact per tire.
But then you also look at all these people that argue like, oh, this game's a real sim racing game, but they don't break down any of the physics when they talk about those games. They never do.
No.
So you don't even know what you're.
They talk about changing your tires and watching your gas, and you know what I'm saying. But you do that in Forza though as well. So
you can do that if you want to. But that's the boring part of racing. Like that's the part that sucks, right? Like that's not the fun part. Right?
This man just wants to go fast, people.
Yeah, we just want to, it's about the handling and stuff like that. So what I liked is how the leveling up system they have for cars. So like normally, like you could buy a car, let's say you had a crap ton of money, right? And you were able to just all of a sudden just buy the car, upgrade it how you wanted to right off the bat. But they kind of changed it for this time around where you get the car like, let's say like my car, a Golf GTI. You can buy a Golf GTI in it, right? You buy it. Well, you got to race it stock a couple races.
Yeah.
And then once you race, you unlock things that you can buy for it down the road. And so,
but you're dedicated to that car. Like you evolve with that car. I kind of like that, man.
Yeah. So it has a progression to it, right? In regards to that. So that's what I like about what they did. It's like picking a character class in an RPG, right? You are that character. Well, you're kind of committed to it for a little bit, right? So. And then you level up how you feel appropriately in regards to that. So you really kind of have this experience where you fall in love with the vehicle that you're playing, like you would in real life. When you say if you bought a vehicle and you wanted to upgrade it down the road, sometimes you use it for your daily driver, and then you fix things and you tune things, and there's some visual things you do on top of like performance things. So there's that attachment that happens, that bond with that object that you care about. So I really feel like that's something they're trying to go after, and I think that'll really resonate with car culture in general in regards to that. And so no, I like everything they showed. This game is I really wanted it yesterday, but I get it, and I still haven't finished my new office downstairs where I'm going to put my racing sim. So And
Oh
that's
yeah, you're
probably,
getting the whole moving chair and everything, right?
yeah, I'm gonna get the
Oh
thing that
my
rumbles your
good-
butt and all that sort of stuff.
Oh
So
my goodness.
yeah, it's gonna be
Dude,
fun.
we're gonna need pictures
I can do that for you
in the
from
DM.
here.
We're
Let
gonna
the
need.
butt rumble.
Listen,
Oh.
Mm.
he
Wow.
doesn't even charge. That's
No, but-
weird.
But no, real quick, Don. I gotta ask you because I think you understand kind of like the difference here moving forward. I don't think a lot of people do, and even like the lead of the project, I forget his name, man, but he is really trying to emphasize the difference right now, and you can tell he feels a little nervous. He's like, once people get into this and play it and then realize what's going on, I think they're really gonna like it. What do you think the reaction is gonna be when it comes out? We haven't talked about the multiplayer yet, so this is strictly the story. They haven't really unveiled. I think they have a bunch of like really big plans for the multiplayer that's like people are gonna go nuts for. But
Well,
we're
I
just
understand
talking
the
story.
nervousness. Like I get it. Like you're always speaking from a level of experience and understanding, and the gamers' understanding are all over the place. Does that make sense? And so you're trying to get everyone on the same page, trying to give everyone the honest benefit of the doubt, but people don't always reciprocate that. So I get where he's at, and then physics. How does that even translate? You can throw out these numbers in these definitions, but people don't really understand until they get the controller in their hand and start playing the game in front of them. In regards to that, so I get where he's coming from. I really do get where he's coming from. But I like everything I saw. In regards to that, I mean, most gamers will get excited about buzzwords like ray tracing and things like that. Which
it's
are
funny.
part of it.
You talk about ray tracing, and I think that there was a bit of a funny effect certain times of the day with the sun and kind of like the sun shining down on the car and that the mirror type reflections. There were some places where it looked a little weird, so I know people are going to try to grab those screenshots real quick. But like all in all, man, I am excited for this game and for the fact that the career changes over time. They will add cars and tracks, like they will add events and stuff like that into the career, like as it goes. So the replayability for single player is going to be through the roof as well, because there's always going to be new races with new cars. Like I love that idea, man.
Yeah, and everything I've been hearing about the game behind the scenes is the game's polished. Like polished. So I'm excited about that because I think a lot of the online community was really upset about how the last couple Forzas released. The online play was kind of, I guess, not great, and I didn't really play a lot of the online, so that was kind of foreign to me, to be honest.
See, Horizon 4, I would say Horizon 4 had what I call the invisible wall issue for me. Online
Horizon or Motorsport?
Horizon. So, that's, I mean, because we just had the last two iterations were Horizons. I would say Horizon 5. I felt like Horizon 5, when it came to the online, was probably one of the most stable ones that has come out in a while.
And it's not great.
And it wasn't that great, but I didn't get that wall and stuff. So I mean, it was still, I didn't feel like I was at a major disadvantage when some of the shit got a little crazy. You know what I'm saying? But
well, I mean, the last Motorsport, and that's what I'm comparing it to. Apparently had connection issues. People would drop out of races because of it. Quite often.
Okay.
And then people were also having a lot of issues, not only with that, but they were having issues with, like they had like memory leak issues. So you're quickly trying to find your car, or all of a sudden all your RAM fills up because it doesn't dump the stuff you don't have selected. And next thing you know, your game crashes before you're able to get into the race when you're just trying to select your car. So stuff like that. Also cross connection between platforms like PC and console were an issue. So those are the type of things a lot of people complain about.
all right, I got you. And let's bring the other racer in on this. K Mega. Now Mega, I know you watched it. All right,
Yeah.
It really sounds like they're creating a new, almost like a new type of racing game here. I don't know if you agree or disagree with that. Like, what do you think, like, about the changes here? Do you think that, like, it's going to set up for a really dramatic, like, different racing experience?
Oh yeah, no
Okay.
question. I mean, that to me is like, and I agree with what Don said 100% about what is sim and what isn't, because people will swear to you that Gran Turismo is full sim, but it feels arcadey, and
Feels more arcade than Forza.
right. And to me, it's like, I mean, it has sim like those RPG elements, like the way that you build up your car, things like that. That's very sim. Like, you know, that's why you know, and a lot of games have taken from that. Even now, this new Forza, it's taken from Project Cars, the Project Cars 2, and now it's taken from GT, and it's taken from I'm assuming from other racers, like that ID racing game. I never played it, because listen, when you go and you play a game like Project Cars without a steering wheel, it is absolutely unplayable. It's horrible, and I think for those people that say that looks for a racer that is to them that they feel that is full sim, it needs to be absolutely perfect when you're using a racing, you know, using driving wheel and all that other stuff, right? But
Yeah.
when you're a person like me who mostly plays it with your controller,
Yeah.
it feels absolutely fine. And you could definitely feel the difference within, you know, with every Forza iteration that they've had. Like it feels smoother and crisper and more direct. But when we're talking about the motorsport, like, I mean, from Motorsport 6 to Motorsport 7, night and day. So I expect to have the same type of feel about that with Motorsport compared to 7, which means that they've redefined the graph. I mean, the stats and how they're doing with suspension. You know, the way that then they say that within their little presentation about how, like, all the, you know, Don stuff that they do, you know what I'm saying?
All the Don
so
stuff.
I'm like, yeah, like, okay, I don't care about that. That sounds cute. I don't know. Don.
I mean,
doesn't-
they
I'll ask
put
Don what
wheels
the
on
hell
a
that is, but-
lunchbox and race it.
Yeah, and then they do this shit, just, you know. But when they talk about you getting your XP, going around turns, trying to get around turns quicker, it helps you get better on every turn. The drivatars are much
what they're
more
doing with the AI.
realistic.
What they're doing with the
is
AI.
like, it's not going to be like those moments when you're usually going against the AI, the top AI, and they drive like they all of a sudden become.
Yeah, you
The
see
elites,
Randolph
yeah.
or you start
Yeah, right.
bumper cars down the street, right? Like,
Yeah. So, like, I mean, I think you'll see more of that. But I think that you'll have also.
Oh, I'm putting on
to where
penalties.
If you yeah, oh, absolutely. But if you racing, but if you're racing against like the upper tier, you get up there and you start getting into the experience class and beyond. I feel that instead of them always being, you know, like it takes you, I don't know how many races before you can actually start beating them. I think it's going to be more realistic where you're staying in with the pack instead of them hit a turn so perfect and then they just jettison out of the gate like they just had a power boost or something like that. I think all of that is going to be gone. I think that's one of the things that they were talking about. The only concern for me, and I talked with Fuzzy about this as well, is that they is custom races, because they made the mistake in 7 by giving us one of the dopest custom, you know, not real racetracks in that Dubai track that I've ever seen, and so I want more of that. You know,
it's gonna happen.
Oh, I like the
so-
Alps track. I like the one that's in the
Oh
mountains.
yeah.
But
No,
that's
I
a
love that one
standard
too.
thing with all the Forzas, so motorsports, is every iteration they introduce a
Fantasy track.
fictional track that the team has put together. In regards to that, I think we're going to see more of those. To be honest with you, I think
Well,
with
and
a lot of the
and I think
DLCs
so
we're
too.
going to get that too. We're going to get
Right.
So
Right, because I think the one thing here that I think a lot of people are going to, that some people aren't really putting into perspective, that racing fans that are fans of Forza will realize, is that they put Forza Motorsport in the oven for so long that this game is going to cook. Like, I mean, this game is already. This is going to be the longest iteration between a Forza Motorsport to another Forza Motorsport.
That's why it doesn't have a number, man. That's why.
Right. That's why it doesn't have a number. Which gives them time to do everything else that they need to do. So I am very excited about it, honestly. I think it's going to be dope.
Nice, man. And on that, Pred, Dark, if you do want to talk about Forza, now's your time. Otherwise, we're going to go to the last subject.
I'm good.
And Dark, he doesn't play those really popular multiplayer games. You know what I'm saying?
He doesn't play real games.
Yeah. So, guys, let's get to the last topic. And it seems that our buddies over there at Rockstar got caught out big time screwing over their consumer base. If you don't know what I'm talking about, with the newest kind of like expansion, DLC, whatever you want to call it, I mean, it's free for the most part, even though you got to usually buy a building to get into it, so it's not technically free. But anyway, the Mercenaries. With the Mercenaries coming out, a subscription also came out with GTA called GTA Plus. Now, with GTA Plus, they offer things like discount prices on vehicles, weapons, stuff like that. Free properties, so you can get apartments around the world, all that good stuff. And it is a monthly fee. I believe it's I want to say $5 a month here in the U.S. Now, with them implementing this subscription service, this GTA Plus, for these discounts, they removed about 200 vehicles from the game, some of them to disappear forever. Others are now put in GTA Plus. The only way you can get them now is through the subscription service, where before you had no problem getting them in GTA Online. Dark, are you here, bro?
Yep.
Now, I've been really excited for Rockstar lately because we know GTA 6, there's going to be an announcement at some point in time. We're really getting close. But to hear something like this, to me, this is absolutely egregious, man. They have already made money hand over fist for years when it came to GTA 5 and GTA Online, but I guess it's not enough, bro. What do you think about what Rockstar is pulling here? And I swear, like, there should be way more backlash out there, in my opinion, man. What do you think about this situation with Rockstar?
I really don't know, dude. I didn't know anything about it, to be honest, because I don't play GTA, so I don't know. to be completely honest with you.
I did tell you. What are your initial
I know you explained it, but I just don't give a fuck.
You don't care? But dude, that could spread into games that like you would play in the future.
If it does, then that's
I don't give a fuck.
that's when I'll say something, But
it'll be too late by then, bro, because it'll be spread. It'll be a normal thing.
I don't think it's gonna spread like you think it's gonna spread, but whatever.
Dude, subscriptions are the future. You didn't know that, man? You could get a subscription at Circle K to get like one drink per day. Like that, subscriptions are the future, bro. I'm surprised, Dark. I'm surprised you're usually out there championing for the rights of the gamers and the consumers, and right now you don't give a shit, man. I'm shocked. Pred, are you gonna stand up for the gamers out there, man? What do you think about this whole Rockstar situation?
I mean, it's a dumbass for buying it. I mean, like, the game's been out for fucking 10 years. Like, how much more do you need to spend on this game? If you're still spending money on this game, that's a you problem. Like, at this point, you should be, like, clamoring for them to release the next version of this game at this point. Like, we know they're making it. Like, give us a release date. Give us something. Give us some gameplay. But, like, I mean, I know we've talked about this before. I would love to see, like, who is the most, I guess, I'd love to see who spent the most money all time on this game. Just out of,
You don't want to see that, bro. You really.
I would
don't-
love to see
don't
that, so I
wanna
can look
see
at them like, why? Like, what are you doing? Like, I just don't get it. Like, I mean, I just can't play a game that long. This game's been out, since
Dude, they always had
Xbox
new,
One?
They always had new stuff
no,
to do, man.
360.
The 360?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It came out on the
And with-
360.
and people are still doing shit with it. Like, I mean, I get like,
They keep adding shit, bro.
I
They
mean, yeah, they're
keep
still
adding.
because they keep making money off it because people are stupid and they keep buying things. Like, yeah, I don't get it. I'm like, I remember we used to see this like the number one selling game on fucking MPDs and stuff, and I'm like, why is it
For
still
like
selling?
a decade.
Yes,
number
like,
one
but I
for
mean,
like a decade.
but as long as they're making money and people are spending money on it, I mean, why would they stop? like, until the well runs dry, like they're gonna keep feeding people the shit they want. Like, I mean, I just never seen this before with the game. It's been updated so much and it's been dragged out. Like maybe The Witcher, but even then it wasn't. Elder Scrolls maybe but it's still not on the level.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, Skyrim, but that's still not on the scale that this is. Like, yeah, like it sucks they're doing this. I mean, I didn't know about it until you brought it up as a topic too. But like, if you're still playing this game, you probably already own those things anyway. So like,
Dude, really? Really? This is where I am shocked here. I
it's like,
really am.
It's your at this point. It's your choice if you decide to spend more money on this game. I'm not gonna knock anybody that's still doing it, but like, you're dumb.
Dude, I
Oh, dear.
wonder if they're pulling. I wonder if they're pulling the vehicles like from people's garages though.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, if you've already purchased it or earned it, and then they take it, that's fucked up. Because again, this game's been out for 10 years. People have probably put a lot of money and time into this game, obviously, to earn the things they have. But like, I mean, I don't know. It's stupid. It's like, I don't even know what else to say about it. It's just,
This is crazy.
I'm going to do this, and like, how much is the plus?
It is $5 a month, I believe.
So they're gearing up for 6.
I know it's £5. I know it's £5 over. I guess in the UK or whatnot.
So like, they're gearing up.
Yeah, that's
for
not
this
real
game.
money.
Yeah, they're gearing up
I
for
always think of
pounds.
pound cake. I always see like pieces of pound cake, man. I don't know. I'm a fat kid.
Yeah, they're just gearing up for the next game. Don't be surprised if like now that they've been doing this for 10 years with 5. I expect 6 to just be like a fucking money hound.
Don't
Like
say
they're
that.
gonna
man.
they're
Don't
gonna
say it.
they're gonna
I'm
like
excited for that.
gouge everybody for every.
They'll
little
gouge
thing
in
they
the
can.
online as long as I want that story though. I love GTA 5
I
story.
mean, yeah, the game will be like $70, but then like everything else after that, like if their plan is to keep this game active again for 10 years through 5 generations of video game systems,
wow.
I'm sure they have definitely they've laid the groundwork down for it now at this point. Because everybody that's still playing it now is obviously going to pick up 6, and everyone who got tired of 5, stopped playing it fucking 8 years ago, are going to pick it up again because it's a new game.
Yeah, and pick up
And they're
6.
gonna
Yeah,
try-
dude, I haven't played in I don't know how long. I'm gonna pick up 6,
Yeah.
bro.
We pick up 6 because it's new. You know, I love like some people just play the story and they're done. You know, but there's people who play online and they've been in it since day one and they love it and they do it every fucking day. And so like that's the people they're going after, and they'll just string them along
Oh shit, yo, Pred,
for another 5-6
check
years.
this out. Jamie in the chat said that he had a car that he put a lot of money into, and it got pulled from the game like back in 2015. Like his car disappeared. Like it got pulled.
Huh.
So that means if that's the case, that means they've been doing this for a while. And how come nobody's been talking about that shit, yo? Like I don't understand this. It's like they got government money, man, and they're just like keeping everybody hushed while they like push this shit through.
Jamie, did you have to buy that car again, or could you find it somewhere else for free, or did you have to like pay for it? I'm just curious now.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye on that.
So we everyone finds out the money won't transfer to 6. Yeah.
While I keep
He's right
the
about that.
eye, yo, real quick, Sir X-Man, hit up that super chat. I did not forget about you, bro. Talking about the Fable hero, he's like, show the Fable trailer where she kicks a pony. Brother, that's not nice, bro. That's not nice. And, you know, you got to watch out about ponies. They kick back, too, and their legs are stronger. Okay? I'm just saying, don't kick the backside of the pony, is all I'm saying. You definitely regret it, man. But, yo, shout out to you, man. Thank you for the support, bro. Let's see here. I'm surprised by the answer so far. Yo, Mega,
Yep.
let me know that you are going to stand up for the gamers right now when it comes to Rockstar, man. What do you think about them pulling all this stuff?
Hell no, I'm not standing by them because they made this happen.
What the oh, wow.
Well, I mean, listen, it was fun when it was the way it was. The only thing the gamers should have been going into an outrage for was pay to win. When they started talking about microtransactions was this and that, and then the way that they caused this. So I'm not, no. If they fools enough to do it, it's their money, do what they want to do. Who cares? I mean, shit, once that happens to me once or twice, I'm out. I don't care. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't going to be, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not investing into the game that deeply to care. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you get into this and you know, it's like what Fred was saying. I was going to say the same thing. This is a prelude to what's going to happen at 6. They're already testing the model. 6 is probably about 2 years away. And then when that drops, then people will get they'll have their plan implemented and they find another way to get a little bit more money from those people instead of them doing those packs again. They will offer them the $5 a month plan. And to a lot of people, instead of them buying those shark cards for 20, however much, because they're always on sale from, I'll say $2 to $20. They look at this and say, oh, all I got to do is pay $5 and I can get access to it. They'll look at that as a deal. So you know what I'm saying, for us, it is not a deal because we're not invested into the game that way. But listen, it's something that I said many moons ago.
Man, 200 gone.
Bro, it doesn't matter. Like, I'm pretty sure we're
cosmetic.
one of the few, right? We're one of the few that's talking about it.
Yeah, I don't get that though. Like, I don't understand.
That's because it's a very popular game. There's some people that just don't look at this as a problem. They think that 30 frames per second is much more of an issue than
my. No, I'd rather talk about 1,000, man. Yeah,
right. Well, no. But I'm just saying, like, this is just one of those things. Going back to the gaming media, their priorities is so ridiculous in a lot of cases that. This should be something
be all
that should
over
talked
gaming
about.
media right now. Like,
It should
IGN,
be.
GameSpot,
It
Kotaku,
should be,
everybody
right.
should be talking
But
about this right
it's
now.
not. And again, like I said, gamers asked for this because they the ones that wanted. They bitched and complained about about what was there before. And it's something that I said many moons ago. Is like, you reap what you sow. These companies are going to find another way to get you. And it might be more meticulous. Malicious. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, if you go ahead and you just keep on, and listen, the people that are deep dived into that game, it's like, how the hell is this game number one for countless years, every damn month in sales, and because they kept gouging them and they knew it, and so I mean, just think about this. Like, just think about the value proposition that is with $5 compared to whatever them waiting for a shark card. You see what I'm saying? So, like, they can get whatever that they want within that package and just pay that $5 a month because most likely those people that are deeply invested, this is really the only game in town for them.
It is. It's been the only game for them for like years. They live in GTA Online, man.
Right, and so that's why I'm like, no. I mean, people ask for it, so this is what we got. So I'm not blaming gaming for it. They told you this. They're gonna find a way to get
Got some
that
tough
hustle
parents in here, man. Tough parents in here, bro.
No. People got to be responsible for what they for what they asked for.
You break it, you bought it, man. You break it, you bought it. Yo.
Damn right.
Yo, Dark. Oh, hold on. Dark said he didn't care, right? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I'm trying to find somebody on my side here, man. I don't know. Don?
What?
Don? What do you think, Rockstar? Doing some shady shit right here, man.
Well, I think in general, you take anything away in a game is the worst thing you can do as a developer. Now, I say that obviously we're talking about Rockstar, right?
Here we go.
But this comes down to when you debuff a gun. This comes down to like you know,
say
when
that
you have
'cause you
updates,
know I
you
played
take certain
Destiny
things
2
away, right?
Oh.
Or you take playlists away.
Oh no.
Or you anything.
It's getting
or
close to
you
home
can take
right
it down
now.
to as simple as removing, like, doing a cutscene and you remove the controls away from a gamer. Removing things from games, taking away control from the gamer is the quickest way to piss off that customer. Simple
But nobody's
as that.
talking about it, so everybody's like, "Yeah, fuck it."
Maybe it's going unnoticed. I don't really pretend to know because I don't play that game. Like what is it? The last one I did was Red Dead Redemption. I played it and I was done.
That was a
like
good
I
one,
didn't
man.
never
That
went
was good.
back. Right?
Hold on, number 2, right?
Yeah. The one where you turn you into a cowboy.
Yeehaw.
The one you start doing wearing chaps.
Yeah, I really
soon
like
afterwards.
Red Dead 2. It was a great game. It's a great game.
I know this is a little side subject, but if you guys look in the voice channel, I put something for you guys. So the voice actor, not the voice actor, but the actress that the Fable model is based off is in there.
You put
The actual person.
the voice channel.
The voice chat. Yeah, the woman that voice acts the character. Yeah.
Yeah, well, if you click on, but I don't know, did you see it, Mega?
Where did you put it at? In next?
Yeah, the next voice room. Just click on that. You click on the upper right hand side, guys. It's that's how you bring up show chat.
Ah.
Oh, you talking about it? Oh, you talking about on Discord? So you got? I went to Twitter.
And Discord. Yeah, for all you guys. I just want people to go. When people start talking shit about ways something looks, realize maybe there's another person on the other end. Just think about that for a sec. And I don't think she looks that bad in that picture, to be honest with you.
I have never checked my inbox on here, and I'm scrolling all the way down. Wow. I got it.
Just click on show chat on the upper right hand corner. I'll tweet it out for those that are watching the show as well. So,
dude, I have so much in my inbox, man. Ah. Interesting. Very interesting. I'm surprised. I am really surprised by the reaction when it comes to the whole Rockstar thing. Like, I just like when I read that, man, I was like, damn, that is absolutely horrible. So if you guys, Jamie out there, other people in the chat, if you feel like I do, man, put it out there on Twitter. Let people know what the frig's going on, because I don't know. I'm in the boat with Don. They start taking stuff away, and again, yes, I know I played Destiny 2, and they did a lot.
But
they
I'm
took
not
whole
trying to attack Destiny 2.
but they took whole planets away. You're right, man. You're right. That's why I said like that hit close to home. I was like, damn, man, that was a little bit of a realization right there.
I mean, a lot of games are guilty of that, though. It's not just like these two games. Like, when they take things away with updates and stuff like that, or as simple as little things, a gun, or like you add latency to a game, gamers get pissed, right? Like, it's not the way they manage your product, just in general for all developers. So
Got you, brother. And let me make sure I got all the super chats. I want to make sure I don't want to get Sir X-Man mad at me. He sends me a text message like, dude, there was 4 you missed. No, I got them all, Sir X-Man. I hope you're proud of me, sir. Shout out to Drawn TJ, Sir X-Man, Lucifer. Everybody hit the super chat. And shout out to the chat in and of itself. You guys are absolutely incredible. The support for the show, absolutely love you guys, man. We have got to the end of the show. It is that time, like a 40-year-old with a comb over. It is time to get those plugs in, and I'm gonna switch it up, man. I'm gonna start with the Forza man, the guy, like, I was like, man, we're talking motorsport, you know, on next podcast. It just wouldn't be right to do that without at least saying, yo, Don, you free. Don, man, it is always a pleasure to talk these topics with you, especially, you know, when it comes to motorsport. And Don, I don't know if you are thinking about getting back into Halo, but on the 20th, man, they are revamping a lot in that game. It's looking really cool. But Don,
They're trying.
Sure. Don, dude, what have you been doing, like, streaming wise? What's going on, man? You gotta let people know over here on this side, man.
Yeah. For the most part, I've been doing a lot of game streaming. Playing through the Mega Man collection series started last week, and then on Saturdays I play games that the community can join and play multiplayer with. I believe Gears is this weekend in regard to Gears 5. And I'll put a link to my live stream channel in the chat. And then the other channel is going to be up and going soon, and you may want to follow that stuff because giveaways are going to start happening on some of my channels in the next couple months or so. So that's going to be beneficial. I'll pay off for you guys later. So
nice. I'm always down for a good giveaway, bro. Nice, brother. Again, it's always fun, man. Don't be a stranger. You know,
all you have to do is hit me up, man.
Okay, no doubt. You say that to me, and I will definitely.
No, I'm not going to do it every week, but you
remember how that started the first time.
Choose wisely is what I would say.
Yeah, no doubt.
But no doubt, you hit me up, and definitely you're.
It was Forza. It was that carrot, Forza carrot, man. That's what it is, guys. Just to let you know.
No, I just
there.
haven't heard from you in 8 months, so I figure it'd be like, oh yeah, it'd be nice to see Bot and the rest of the group.
Nice, man, and you know, I'm right there as well. We could definitely, dude, I'm gonna bug you when Halo, when we get the revamp for Halo. I'm gonna bug you and K Mega. Let's go in there and see what we can do. Yeah.
Well, I'll probably do a community game night on Saturdays, so we'll just switch it over to Halo when that comes out, and just come join us if you can.
Yeah, I don't know if Sumo's on the table though, so I'm kind of looking at my microphone a little to the side, man. I don't know, but yeah, I'm down, man. I'm definitely down. Let's see who we got next here. Let's go Pred. Pred wants to get the hell out of here, man. Yo, Pred, what do you got for us, bro?
Still trudging through Diablo, but other than that, I ain't been doing much anything. So see y'all motherfuckers next week.
Yes, sir. Mr. Optimus, dude, just doesn't care that Rockstar is fucking over so many people, man. Yo, Optimus, what's going on with your streaming? I know you're on Street Fighter 6. How far are you along when it comes to that campaign? And what's going on with your channel, bro?
Yeah, we're not too far into it. I think we're like.
Are you liking it? Are you liking it though?
I'm a little confused as to how to play it at times. But I'm getting the hang of it. But yeah, you guys can find me on Twitter, Dark Animus. You can also find me on PlayStation, the same name. You can also find me here on YouTube at Dark Animus every Monday, Wednesday, Saturday at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern for my live streams. Right now we're going through Street Fighter 6, as Bot said, and we're having fun with that. But yeah, I don't know, man.
He's like, what the fuck do I have to do?
Yeah, there's moments where I'm like, so, but it's fun.
Nice, bro. And last but certainly not least is my brother K Mega. Mega, you have a show tomorrow night, right? What's going on with GRG? What's going on with your channel, streaming, all that good stuff, man?
Yeah, no, man. Tomorrow, GRG. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be extra messy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just because there's just so much to talk about. And we'll just have a good time doing it as usual.
It was hard. It was hard trimming down topics tonight, man. Like, it was hard, cutting it down.
A lot to talk about, right? Yeah. So, just be more cut to the point. You know, Sam won't be so cerebral with our topics, but it'll be you know, but it's
I'm
one
gonna
of
take
us,
that as
I
a
don't know.
compliment, bro. I am.
No,
I'm gonna take it as a compliment. Yo,
I dug it. I dug it. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, you just reach a little bit deeper than for the topic within, and I thought there was nothing wrong with that. No, nothing wrong with it at all.
The reason why you can do that because this podcast runs at 30 frames per second. Just so you know.
Right.
yeah, you
So,
can get
you know
more
what I'm saying?
content in there, man, and more
Right,
entertainment.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Tell
Well,
me,
you
tell me
know,
that this podcast doesn't run at 60 frames per second.
no.
You know, if you go
So-
over the screen, there's a little cog right there, and you can see.
Right, 30 frames, but also, you know, GRG runs at you know what I'm saying, runs it has ray tracing,
Yeah.
but it needs DLS.
Yeah, it runs at
so you know what I'm
120,
saying,
right?
yeah, it runs 120, but you know, you need those 40 cards for it to work, so it's all good. No, I'm playing. No, anyway, just we're gonna have some fun. Yeah, come and check us out tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Central, Lord's time. You know what I'm saying, 9 p.m. East Coast time, 6 p.m. West Coast time. We'll be getting down on that. Fight Night Sunday. I didn't do it this last Sunday because of all the stuff to talk about and everything.
Yeah.
And I was wore out. I haven't done like 3 or 4 podcasts in a day in a long time, Jack. Yeah. So yeah, there was no Fight Night, but there will be Fight Night Friday. We definitely will be playing some Street Fighter 6. It's going to be fun. I'm hooked on this Diablo shit. It's really wild. My Street Fighter 6 has been looking at me pretty cross-eyed. Like, man, what about us? I got you all weekend. Got you all weekend, Street Fighter. But we good. Yeah, man.
Yeah, you don't want to upset Chun-Li, man. Come on, you know the drill. But guys, on that note, again, you know, huge shout out to the chat. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. We are live here every Thursday, 8 p.m. Join us for the next podcast, guys. We will see you next week. Have a great night. We're out of here. Any craziness tonight? No craziness. No.
I think I don't understand why so many people want to smash Lilith.
What?
Smoke in the air, pure gasoline. I see the news, see what you read. Change gotta come, put that on me and watch me educate. Yeah, we been could've started, but it's never late. Do it for my kids, yeah, let's set it straight. Do it for your kids, gotta set it straight. It's time to regulate. We need change now. We need solar, we need EV in the game now. Make it changes so the earth we know can stay around. Make it change cause we had no time for playing around. Let's quit the playing around. First rule to me, let's keep it clean. Watch how we build, clean air we need. Start from the floor, sweep up the scene. We going green, work as a team. First rule to me, let's keep it clean. Watch how we build, clean air we need. Start from the floor, sweep up